Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 365 Unplugged. I am Lorian Strand and joined as always by...
So I want to know, my name's Alistair Putin, by the way. If you look at these content creators, right, they all have like an intro and it's like, what's up, everybody? Why don't we have an intro like that that just goes like, yo, what's up, my dudes?
Well, weren't you going to get one created?
Yeah, but that's an intro roll. That's going to play.
I don't know.
So do we need one though? Do we need one? Do we really need a thing?
Do people care? They probably care for the content, not so much, our...
Do people actually watch us? People watch us for content.
Yeah, sure.
There's my t-shirt. Totally not prepared for anything. But yes,
I was wearing that yesterday. You must have been wearing a Teams t-shirt.
Okay. Yesterday was a public holiday. I'm Alistair Putin coming to you live from sunny, cloudy Johannesburg in southern tip of Africa, also known as South Africa.
I'm currently at home for a rare change in Melbourne, Australia, where it's going to be hot and then cold, and then hot and then cold, as Melbourne goes.
But you sent your family camping, though.
I didn't send them. They left me. They left me.
The
girl said, we're going roughing it.
Camp. Oh, yeah. That's magic.
There was no even offer for me to come. It was just, we're going camping. Oh, okay, I'll stay here and work, I guess. I'm really sad because that just means I have extra Xbox time and it's just quiet here. And I really miss my girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things we've got to do, because some people are starting to listen to this through the podcast, is one of the piece of feedback I've been given is from a podcast episode. When we do the paper, rock, scissors, it's just silence, effectively, other than just some hand slapping. So I think we just need to add a bit of audio to that. So
okay.
Anyway, let's get into the topics. The one I want to talk about is the death of Cortana. You.
Why? No. I also want to talk about that. I'm very sad about it, and I think it's a topic that needs to be talked about. Except that, so for the listeners out there, especially the audio, the podcast people, we have a face-off against topics, and whoever wins the rock, paper, scissors gets to carry on with that topic. And sometimes we have topics that we actually both want to talk about. And strangely enough, I would love to talk about Cortana, but I have a rant about the Office 365 Message Center updates.
Oh, so let's see who will win.
I want to talk about that. Okay.
All right. So let's rock, paper, scissors this. For the people on the podcast, we're about to play rock, paper, scissors. For now, just spend about 5 seconds imagining, I don't know, pretty things. All right, let's go.
Okay, cool.
Ready?
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Okay. What? Yep.
The timing on this actually works.
And that for people not watching, Al got rock and I got scissors. So no Cortana for you.
And we're actually using Zoom, so there's less of a lag. Even better. No, I'm happy to say we're using Zoom because it's better at recording video, and that's a direct dig at Microsoft and Stream. And much better.
Anyhow, I've raised it before, but that's not today's topic. So, Message Center, you have a rant. I'll just...
I do have a rant. I do have a few. So how often do you check the Message Center, Lauren?
I'd say probably about twice a week, to be honest. Definitely once, but sometimes twice.
So you physically click the button and open up portal.office.com, go to the admin center, and then click on the Message Center. Well, the reality is go there from the 9,002 emails that you get.
No, I don't. And look, the reality is I actually get bombarded 3 times from Message Center. So 1 from my InSync account and then 2 from my own tenant. So I get bombarded for every major announcement, every daily digest, weekly digest, I get 3 of them. So, but I go into the Message Center at least once a week, just to actually read them.
And for the 27 viewers of the other podcast / video show that we have on regarding 365, they talk about the Message Center quite extensively, right?
Oh, shots fired. They do.
I watched the grand.
I don't know what they talk about though.
I don't know either. Maybe we should tune in to figure out what goes on, right? Anyhow, so this morning I went into the Message Center because I wanted to check something, right? And there's 2 posts about the fluid framework that Microsoft's now introduced. Okay.
Yes.
The first one goes back to build. The second one goes to Ignite, and there's a preview, right?
Well, yeah.
But they don't give you a list of prerequisites. It's in the Message Center update mail that says, they talk about it's rolling out and it should be in a tenant targeted release.
Yep.
But the link to click to go to the Fluid Framework preview still there. You click it, it comes up and it says you can't have it.
Yeah.
Because your tenant's not ready. Then don't put it there. Don't put it there, because you're going to have people, and like this other bullshit now with Teams where everyone can try Teams. That's just, it's as bad as what was the other one? Oh, where you could just like assign a Power Platform license to yourself.
Yeah.
That also got bombarded. And we've seen a lot of that come through, right? Where Microsoft goes, here's a release. I mean, it started with the training thing at one stage, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Communications to end users.
Yeah. How do you communicate to end users from the Message Center?
Yeah.
Then it came to self-service, buy licenses, self-service for Power Platform. And now they've killed off the Teams commercial trial, and now anyone can try before you.
Exploratory offer.
I get it. I mean, look, Microsoft's hiring all the MVPs on the planet. They're also buying up all the companies on the planet. And then they're going to, well, not us, obviously. We're too expensive.
That's true. Also, we won't shut up. So there's that. Like episodes like this one where we're not exactly being that positive about the stuff.
So for me, it is, I understand that the reasoning behind the Office 365 Message Center. And I agree why it exists, because it's great. It's a sneak peek into what's coming to your tenant. Right, but for me, cadence, do once a week, publish once a week.
Yep.
Right? Like when that product group decides they want to talk about something that it goes on, right?
Yeah.
2, if you're going to put stuff in there, at least make sure that A, the links work, and B, that the links are functional.
Well, and I think on that point, one of the things that's kind of been sold to us over the years about the Message Center is that what we see there is tenant specific. So in a commercial tenant, you won't see education things and vice versa. That bit's fine. But yeah, like the Fluid Framework was a really good example where it says, hey, blah, 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 and we're rolling it out and it'll be made available to you soon. Click. It's not in your tenant. Then don't tell me about it.
Yeah.
Why can't you target this based on tenant availability? And the things like the major releases. Do I need to know about it right now, or could it just be part of the weekly digest? Like, is it coming today? No? Then wait. I don't need to be bombarded. Almost, to be honest, sometimes we get it almost every day, depending on what's coming out, as you said. But then conversely, though, we also have some product groups that actually don't make it into the Message Center. So Forms was a really good example when they had that upload feature that I think I saw on Twitter. Yeah, the attachment upload. I saw that on Twitter. Someone made a comment. I went, oh, I'll go check it out in my tenant. It was there. I was like, any documentation? Nothing on the roadmap, nothing in the Message Center. So I wrote a blog about it, and it's gone gangbusters. But now people are coming back and saying, oh, but it doesn't do this. I'm like, well, at the time I wrote it, there was no documentation. So how do I have a feature that A, I wasn't told that was coming, and B, like it's not on the roadmap? And what's fascinating as well is I got it in Australia. We're like you guys. We're like the arse end of the world when it comes to feature releases. We get them last. Mate, so how do I get it before the US and Europe?
Maybe they went the other way around, right? They went from Seattle over the ocean and it hit you first, mate. Instead of down towards the East Coast.
The code must be in Hebrew, so it's written backwards. So it started from Australia, went around the other way. But yeah,
but that's the thing.
This is the first. Sorry, go on.
And there's no logical grouping to all of these things, the announcements, right? So if I was working with teams, right, and I see there's a bunch of teams announcements, retention labels, sensitivity labels, there's new groupings, there's some cool stuff like notifications, right?
Yep.
For first-time employees. That's magic. Well, new employees, not first-time employees. New employees. And that's great, but it's a cool grouping of features that are coming so that I can prepare myself this week. It's a Teams week. I know that these features are coming this week, and I can prep my environment for that. Not, I've got 27 notifications, and there's Teams on the top, and then there's another one at the bottom that I might miss because there's so much to read. And I'll focus on one thing and I won't come back. And do you even know what the share button does?
Which share button?
There's a share button in the Message Center notification.
No. What, you can...
There's a share button. I don't know. I haven't hit it yet. So every notification, you click on a notification, it tells you about the notification. There's a share button. So does that like go into your weekly mailer that goes out to all your other administrators?
Well, no, because your administrators would be getting the mail themselves, or you potentially set when you set up the you can set up the notifications to go to like a distribution list or a team channel, something like that. But I think that's actually kind of extends to a slightly different point, but still related, is the cadence of updates. So in the early days of BPOS, so back in the late O's, when all this was basically some servers stitched together and said, it's cloud. We didn't get updates back then. That we were told quarterly updates, and we got them annually if we were lucky. And then it slowly started to increase. But now there's all these different products releasing stuff all the time. And Teams is, going to say a negative term, but it's actually a positive thing, the worst offender, because they're constantly releasing, hey, we're moving this button. Hey, there's this new feature. Hey, there's this. So it's great there's that much cadence, but then there's all these other products kind of vying for attention. And it's hard to keep up. And now, I don't know if you saw overnight, Edge is going to be updated outside of the Windows update cycle, outside of the OS update cycle. And it's going to come through Windows Update, but it's not tied to an operating system release. So I got to say, like, I'm a user and I'm also, an IT pro and an admin and all this kind of stuff. It's freaking exhausting and it's freaking frustrating to keep track of all these things and all these different cadences, random updates. Have I bored you?
I just had to tell them that I'm actually recording and I have a meeting, so I'm going to be late for my meeting because this is the most important thing in my life. But yes, cadence. I think Microsoft needs to fix the cadence. The other thing they need to fix is logical grouping of it. So can we not just say, well, I only want to see Teams because that's what I'm focusing on. So think about your different types of admins, right? It would be great if my Teams admin got notifications just about Teams and not this plethora of other things.
You can actually do that in the message center. You can actually choose what you don't want to get notified on. Like if you don't want to get notified about, as the individual who logs in and can go into message center, you can say, I have no interest in Kaizala. The sooner it dies, the better. So I don't want to get notifications.
Wow.
No, I
Everyone gonna hate us.
No, I don't have any issues with Kaizala. It's a fifth communication tool in the suite. Like, just can we hurry up already and kill off Skype and Kaizala?
Well, what if they put the Kaizala app in the rail in Teams? Because that's how you fix everything, right? I mean, that's how they fixed Yammer.
That's true.
They put it in Teams, right?
It's the Borg.
Anyhow, so Microsoft, please, can you add some structure to the message center updates?
Yes, please.
And allow people to do a little bit more with it. Logical grouping is great. Targeted stuff. So if it's coming, it's great that you're saying it's coming. But can we say, well, only show me stuff that's actually in my team?
Yeah, that's right. Like this is rolling out, starting in December and will be completed by end of January.
No, that's
so do I press F5 every day? Is it
that there is there, but can I not just limit, as a global admin, notifications to things that are actually physically in my team?
Yeah, and it's not that, I don't think we're asking something ridiculous of saying, tell me the exact date it's coming to my tenant, because we know that's not necessarily controllable. Some features might get delayed or pulled, that kind of stuff. Just tell me when it's there, not that it's coming at some point in the future. I have to, how do we brief our users on this? Hey, a feature's coming. Can't tell you when.
Well, think about when what was it? There was something, unified labeling from Azure into Office 365 sits in preview for more than a year and a half. I don't want to use it if it's in preview, because if you pull it, my users are going to be pissed.
That's true. That's it. Then they'll say that some features in preview are actually supported. So
I don't even want don't talk. No. Security and Compliance Center, right? There's supposed to be a compliance center and a security center.
Yes.
At Ignite this year, not Ignite the Tour next year, Ignite the Tour this year in Jan, I was demoing security and compliance center because they're two separate things. It's still not split.
No, but that's the thing is you needed to have an M365 license or the equivalent components in your tenant to unlock it. So we poor little MVPs with our free licenses, we only get Office 365 and EMS. We don't get the Windows 10 E3, even though we actually have Windows 10.
And that's going to split the two.
So yeah, but that's it. So I had to sign up for an M365 E3 trial just to get that functionality. Then literally the week later in the message center, hi, so we're making it available to everybody now. Okay, cool.
Oh, so it's coming. Okay, all right.
But see, and again, just to add to this point, like you go into the Exchange Administration Center and certain things like retention policy, DLP, will say this needs to be done in the
security compliance.
No, in protection or whatever it's called. Yeah,
protection.office.com.
Yeah, security and compliance, which is protection.office.com. So you go in there, full functionality, but you go into security or compliance, and the functionality is not there. So what's frustrating is you have a portal called security and compliance, and then you have the security portal and the compliance portal that actually don't have the features of the security and compliance portal. And the documentation says we are making features available. Then don't make the portal available until it can do what the other one can do. Please, Microsoft, this is exhausting for people.
And in this episode of 365 View, we have multiple rants because we just stumbled on it's the rant episode.
Cortana gets escaped with a bullet there. No, you.
Oh, she's not going to respond to you anyway.
I don't know what she's saying right now.
All right, that's it from me. I'm done. I've got a meeting.
That's it. I've got to go play Grand Theft Auto, I think.
Well, thank you for watching this week's episode of 365U.
And listening.
If you like it, please hit the subscribe button and listening to this. Please hit the subscribe, share, whatever podcast app of choice that you use. We are on now. Just search for 365 Unplugged, and we'll catch you next week. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.